The Milwaukee Bucks today boycotted their Game 5 of the playoffs
Yeah.
due to the shooting of Jacob Blake. There's been new footage that came out of the shooting.
Yeah, we've seen that.
There's been people that have kind of come out and said that the shooting was justified. I don't get that. I do not understand how people think that that was justified. I seen the Crowder show.
Yeah. Louder
Yeah.
with Crowder.
Louder with Crowder. He came out saying that it was completely justified, and the new footage is more so reason for them to do that.
I don't know how you can justify any of it.
Justifying being shot 7 times in the back when there was multiple opportunities for the officer on duty to either tackle the guy, tase him.
Yeah.
He had his gun drawn that whole time. He watched him walk around the car. There was ample opportunities for him to make a better decision in that moment, which he failed to do, and he should be held responsible for that. I understand it was probably a higher pressure situation for him, but that's what comes with being a police officer.
Yeah.
An officer that in the line of duty, you're gonna come across things like this, and if you cannot handle it, you shouldn't be an officer that's meant to be there to serve and protect.
Yeah.
Because you're doing neither of them. Not only was it disgusting to see Jacob Blake be shot, but also for the people who witnessed to that, who were there, his children in the back. Sickening, to say the least. And I'm pumped that the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks, have come out and stood by Jacob Blake and his family and, the black community. Basically, they're standing up. They've got a voice. Yeah. And they're doing the right thing. I think they're making a statement by not coming out and playing, where if they did play, for one, it takes light off it. What I think would make more of a statement is pretend to play. So it's live on TV and then don't go out. I know they would probably get in a lot of trouble for that. Yeah. But something like that would be insane. But even just what they've done now, it's getting a lot more publicity. It keeps people talking about it. But somebody needs to be held responsible. This shit can't just keep happening.
No way. And even just releasing an officer from their duty is not justice.
No, because if that was me doing that to him, you're getting the death penalty or life in jail.
Yeah.
Because he has a badge. Oh, yeah, but he's kind of allowed to do that. That's basically what people, or how it's been treated. Yeah. He's got a badge, so he's allowed to just shoot somebody in the back for no reason. It's not like the guy had a gun in his hand, was pointing it at him. He was shot in the back. He'd got his kids in the car. To me, it looked like he was leaving. People were saying, he was jumping in the car to get a gun or a weapon. He was on the passenger side of the car. If he was getting a weapon...
Why wouldn't he get in that side?
Exactly. Why wouldn't he get in the passenger side? The fact that he walks around the car to go to the driver's side door, to me, was saying that he was trying to get away. Yeah. To be shot 7 times in the back. Not once, not twice. Yeah. Man, I don't know what to say. It's disgusting. And these people are meant to be the people that are there to protect us. I don't know what else to say about them.
I know. I can't really say much more either.
Yeah, it's a tough times at the moment, but feel for the family. Hopefully that officer gets, and everybody that was involved gets held accountable. They don't just lose their jobs. They deserve to be punished like every human being would be in that situation. The fact that they have it's like they have a green light to do whatever the fuck they want to, basically.
It's so wrong. And it's good to see the NBA players speaking up about it, because you only really see it from news sources or things like that where they're told to say that.
And their opinion's quite clouded.
Yeah, where these NBA players genuinely want change and they're
doing something about it. Yeah. It's not like they can change the laws, but they can do what they've been doing. Yeah. And without the athletes doing what they've been doing, I don't see I don't think there would be anywhere near as much talk about this topic and so much change that is needed that wouldn't be really there without them.
Yeah,
I think they've done heaps for it. Considering they're stuck in a bubble, they can't really do much. Yeah. Yet they're still doing this that they're focusing and bringing light to this situation.
Yeah, not to mention playing and training and doing everything that they usually do. Like it's good to see.
I don't know what to say, but yeah, I hope the officer is charged. That should be, hopefully the Jacob Blake makes a full recovery. But either way, like that's attempted murder at the least in my eyes.
Yeah.
To be shot in the back on a suspicion that he might have been grabbing a weapon. That's not how it works.
No.
I can't say, oh, yeah, I thought my girlfriend was going to kill me. Like, she didn't do anything to do that, but she just went over the side of the bed.
Yeah.
So I stabbed her.
That's literally what
it is.
That's
the exact same situation.
You can't do them things based on suspicion. Like,
it's pathetic. We're lucky here in Australia. Our law enforcement seem to be a lot better than the US. We don't have the same troubles. A big part of that, though, I think, is Australia's gun laws.
100%.
It makes it a lot easier for the police officers not to have that extra stress that an officer in the US would. So I understand that it's probably a lot higher stress for the officers over there, but that just means more reason to have more training.
Yeah.
And have to pass more qualifications to become an officer. It shouldn't be a 6-month course or a 40-week, whatever it is.
Or they shouldn't be able to read a book on high-pressure situations. Why don't they put them in some and actually see how they go?
Like I said the other day, if this was a professional sport franchise or any professional sport, if you could just ring up and say, hey, I want to become a professional athlete, and they say, yeah, no worries, do a 6-month course.
And you're in, and you're getting paid.
That's not how it works. You work your whole life towards it, and I think that's how the police force should be. Because you are now in control of somebody's life. You have the control whether they live or die in situations like this.
Yeah.
If you have the power to make them calls, you should have to go through some serious fucking training. So stupid shit like this doesn't happen.
And you see it a lot, even with the older police officers. Yes, they've been there for a long time, but that doesn't mean that they're better at their job, because there needs to be continuous training. Like, they could have not had any training for years.
Yeah, well, you've seen a lot, and recently, a lot of older officers kind of trying to change their ways with the new times, like like racism wise, and not only that, thinking because they have a badge they have the authority to ask you for your information and get all of that without you committing a crime or anything, which is just not the law.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of that recently, where officers having to change their ways from how they have policed for the last 20 years. Nowadays, with cameras and everything like that, it's kind of making change have to happen, which is great. But that's for little stuff. When we're talking about somebody's life at the moment, and with shit like that, I don't know what do you do? How do you change? How do you change that quickly? Like, because it's not something that we can do in 5 years' time or 10 years' time. Because you know how many... This is happening daily. People are dying that don't need to... That shouldn't be.
Yeah.
All because a police officer was nervous or couldn't handle that high-pressure situation. Like, this situation with Jacob Blake didn't need to be nothing more than him being tackled to the ground, which I would nearly put my life on it, that if that happened in Australia, there would be 100% that guy would not have been shot. You might have been tackled, you might have been tased at worst, but to be put 7 shots in your back, I got no words for it. You even seen the other officer pull out his gun, during the situation, and it was almost like he thought that Jacob Blake was shooting back because of how many shots went off.
Yeah.
Like, you see him pull out his gun and be like, shit, like thinking he was in a shoot-off.
Yeah.
Before realising, fuck, that was my fellow officer that just fired 7 shots into this guy's back.
I know, it was like repetitive, like...
Oh, it was overkill is what it was. You know, he had 3 children in the back, which were all under the age of 7, I think he said. And he's going to get a massive lawsuit, I would say. And I hope he makes a full recovery, but, you know, that's kind of all I got to say on that. Not much really else we can say. But, yeah, thoughts go out to the family.